President Donald Trump has fired acting Attorney General Sally Yates after she refused to defend the immigration ban from 7 mostly Muslim countries. President Trump is still waiting for Senator Jeff Sessions, his pick for Attorney General, to be confirmed. And Trump tweeted this earlier this morning: "When will Democrats give us our Attorney General and the rest of Cabinet? They should be ashamed of themselves. No wonder D.C. does not work." In an interesting twist, current Attorney General nominee Jeff Sessions actually questioned Yates during her confirmation hearing back in 2015. And he asked her if she would ever defy the president's orders. Listen to this.
Do you think the Attorney General has a responsibility to say no to the President if he asks for something that's improper?
Senator, I believe that the Attorney General or the Deputy Attorney General has an obligation to follow the law and the Constitution and to give their independent legal advice to the President.
I want to bring in Fox senior judicial analyst right now, Judge Andrew Napolitano. Judge, good to see you.
Good morning.
Oh, wow. What do you make of this?
Well, it obviously wasn't handled right by Sally Yates and by the Justice Department or by Chuck Schumer. So there's a couple of moving parts here. The reason we don't have an Attorney General is because the Democrats have delayed the inevitable confirmation of Senator Sessions as Attorney General. The chief law enforcement officer in the land is the President of the United States. He doesn't enforce the law personally. He does it through a Justice Department. He's entitled to have an Attorney General who's in sync with him. Issue 2, Sally Yates. If she honestly believed that what the President did was either unlawful, unconstitutional, or otherwise unenforceable, she should have told him that privately and said, would you like me to step aside and give it to somebody else, or do you want my resignation? Instead, she directs the Justice Department not to defend the President. Now, Tony and I were talking during the break. There were 4 mini-trials over the weekend. Saturday night in Brooklyn, Sunday morning in Boston, Sunday afternoon in Washington, Sunday afternoon in Alexandria, Virginia. I don't know if there was a government, and all of those went against the President. I don't know if there was a government lawyer present at any of those. My third thought is, as soon as I heard this, he has to fire her. As soon as I read that email she sent to the Justice Department, I thought he has to fire her. Within about half an hour, she was fired.
Yeah.
Because
well, look what she said during the hearing. Look what she said to Jeff Sessions during the hearing. Basically, no, I believe it is right for the Attorney General and the Deputy Attorney General to follow the law and the Constitution. That's not what she did here.
And advise the President, I think.
And advise the President.
Advise the President.
Of her advice.
Being the Attorney General is not being the President's lawyer, but you have to think as an independent thinker. Mr. President, we're with you. We'll defend you 100%. Mr. President, I can't do this. I have ethical qualms. May I step aside? Do you want my resignation, or do you want the person right below me to be in charge?
So she wants to run for a higher political office. Come on, this is a political ploy then.
Who knows what her motivation was, but her behavior was absolutely unacceptable and deeply and profoundly frustrating to the President. He did absolutely the right thing, and typical of him, he didn't waste a minute to do it. Yeah. I was reading this thing at about 7:30. By 9 o'clock, she was gone.
She was out.
Well, I'm surprised it took him that long. That's an hour and a half. He could have gone on Twitter and done it right away.
What was his tagline on The Apprentice?
You're fired.
You're fired.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How much does the Trump administration need to worry about all the kind of bureaucrats, people with their political knives out within just justice?
You know, it's a great question.
Well, the State Department,
the person chosen by the President to be the acting Attorney General is not a political appointee. He is a career justice person. For the most part, I know a lot of these folks, for the most part, career justice people are seriously devoted to the Constitution and the law. They have political views like all of us. They put their political views aside. If there are those there who would allow their political views to interfere with their work, it's the duty of Jeff Sessions to find them and give them another assignment or suggest they go into the private sector.